all get settled in here. Like I said, we're just starting in a nice, comfortable seat. And you are welcome to close your eyes. Or just have a nice, gentle gaze looking down towards your mat. Let your palms just rest on your knees. Taking a big breath in through your nose. And just letting out a long exhale out. Take another big breath in through the nose. And exhale it out the mouth. Just continue to take deep, full breaths. Just releasing any tension in the body. When we do a home practice, there tends to be a few more distractions. Take this time to just become aware of your surroundings. Notice the sounds around you. Notice the temperature of the air. Feel the contact points on your mat, the outer edges of your feet, the outer edges of your ankles, your sit bone. Now start to bring all your focus and attention inward. Feel your breath moving through your body. Notice the rhythm of your heartbeat. Relax through the shoulders, your neck, your jaw. Feel the length up through your spine. It's okay throughout this practice that you notice any distractions. You may get a little distracted, and that's okay. What's important is not holding on to those distractions. It's about acknowledging them and then just let them go. As a way to stay focused on our mat, we bring our attention to our breath. Taking even breaths in through the nose and even breaths out the nose. Even breath in, even breath out. Continue to take that steady flow of breath. Using that breath to help clear your mind. Using that breath to let go of your day. Letting go of any outside distractions. Let's take just a few more big breaths right here. And then just gently start to roll out your neck. Just half circles here, bringing one ear to one shoulder, chin to your chest, other ear to the other shoulder. Just going back and forth, no need to rush here. Taking your time, really feeling the stretch through the back of your neck. You're welcome to keep your eyes closed or maybe blink them open, but just allow your head to come back to center. We'll reach our left arm up and over to the right, just a nice gentle side stretch. Stay grounded in the lower body, but reach out through your fingertips. As you inhale, come up through center. Exhale, bend and stretch over to the left. And now just going back and forth here, follow your breath. Inhaling as you come up through center. Exhaling as you bend and stretch. Again, using that connection with our breath and our movement, just to help keep our focus on our mat. Go ahead and do one more stretch on each side. And once we've evened that out, we'll just meet back in the center, sitting up nice and tall. Draw the belly in towards your spine and just take a gentle twist over to the right. You can grab a hold of your left knee, looking towards your right shoulder. It's important to keep that length up through your spine. Take one more inhale. And on your exhale, come back through center. And then take your twist over to the left. Turning your head towards the left shoulder. Again, think about reaching the crown of your head away from your tailbone. One more inhale, breath. And then exhale, back to center. Go ahead and place your hands right over your shoulders. Now imagine that you're drawing a big circle with the elbows, just going one direction here a few times. And other direction. One more big circle all the way around. And then release those hands back to your sides. Just allow the hands to come behind you. Your heart comes forward, shoulder blades squeeze together. Opening up through the heart, the shoulders, keeping the neck nice and long, so just tucking your chin down slightly. Keep that belly pulling inward. Take one more cycle of breath. As you inhale, we'll reach our arms to the sky, stretch through the fingertips. Exhale, hands together at your heart. All right, let's go ahead and lean forward, coming into our tabletop, hands and knees. Making sure to stack the shoulders over the wrist, hips over the knees. You're spreading out through all 10 fingertips. On an inhale breath, drop your belly, curl your tailbone and chin up. As you exhale, round your upper back, chin to your chest, pushing away from your mat. Again, inhale, drop the belly, heart forward, look up. Exhale. chest. Continue to just follow your breath here, moving through your cat-cows, moving at your pace. Take this time to check in with your body. Notice what feels good, what might feel a little extra tight or sore, and maybe you give those spaces a little bit more attention. Remember, we are here on our mats to feel good. We're not here to force anything. We're easing our body into every pose using our breath. Take one more cycle of breath here. And then just begin to move in big circles, sitting back towards your heels, circling around. We'll go one direction here a few times. And other direction. And then returning back into your tabletop. Allow your big toes to come together, knees wide as comfortable. Sit back, child's pose. Reaching your arms out in front of you. Sinking your hips back towards your heels. Let your heart and your head melt down towards your mat. Oh, sorry guys. Technical difficulty here. Continue to take deep breaths here in your child's pose. Stretching those fingertips towards the top of your mat. As you inhale, feel the torso expand and stretch. As you exhale, soften. Inhale, expand. And exhale, soften. Now keep those hands reaching forward, pressing down into all 10 fingertips. You're going to lift your palms up off your mat. That's going to lift those arms up as well, but keep melting the heart and the forehead down. Feel that stretch through the arms, the shoulders, the upper back. It might even feel good to kind of rock a little side to side. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, release the palms to your mat. Inhale up to your tabletop, knees under the hips. Have those hands a little bit in front of your shoulders, curl your toes, downward facing dog. Our first down dog here, so just pedal out those feet. Taking any little movement that feels good. Getting a nice stretch through one leg and then the other. And then from your down dog, take your time here and begin to walk those feet up to meet your hands, forward fold at the top of your mat. Let there be a little bend in the knees. The arms can just dangle or grab a hold of your elbows and just sway side to side. Let your upper body just hang heavy like a rag doll. Soften through the neck, head just dangles down. And then with those fingertips reaching towards your mat, on an inhale, just lift up halfway. You're going to let your hands rest on your shins or your thighs. We're creating a nice flat back, lengthening out the spine. Draw the belly up. Lengthen tailbone to the back of your mat. Crown of the head reaches forward and relax the shoulders away from your ears. Take another inhale and exhale into your feet. Inhale, stand all the way up, reaching your arms to the sky. Exhale, hands at your heart. Inhale, reach tall, thumbs point back. Pull the belly into your spine, and exhale, cactus. Elbows goes wide, heart forward. Inhale, reach to the sky, and exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Press into your feet. Inhale, stand, reaching tall. Exhale, hands at your heart. Inhale, reach overhead, thumbs back. Exhale, cactus, open the heart, really tiny back bend. Inhale, reach to the sky. And exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, hands to your mat, step back to your plank. Now here in your plank, you can either stay up on your toes, make sure the hips are in line with your heart, or maybe lower the knees to your mat, but lower those hips towards the mat as well. We're shifting our weight forward, stacking shoulders over the wrists. Push away from the mat. Crown of the head reaches forward, belly pulls up to the spine. Take another inhale. As you exhale, lower belly, chest, and chin down to your mat. Point the toes. Hug in your elbows. On an inhale, lift your heart, cobra, just high as comfortable. Exhale, release, nose to mat. Again, inhale, lift your heart, tuck your chin, and exhale, release. Curl your toes. Inhale to your tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Continue to take any movement that feels good here. We're just waking up the body. Get a nice stretch into one leg and then the other. And on your next exhale breath, make your way to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, reaching to the sky. Exhale, hands at your heart. Inhale, reach tall. Thumbs back. Exhale, cactus, open the heart. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Step back to your plank. Again, you can stay on your toes or lower to your knees. Draw the belly to your spine. Take an inhale breath. Exhale, lower belly, chest, and chin all the way down. Top of the feet, press into your mat. Now your choice here. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Straightening your arms, thighs lift off your mat. Heart forward, shoulders back. And as you exhale, hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Take 3 full breaths here. Let there be a little bend in the knees. When it comes to down dog, it's not really about getting the heels to the mat. That's not the main goal. It's about lengthening the spine, trying to curl the tailbone up to the sky. Now on your next inhale, raise your right leg up to the sky. Bend your knee, stack your hips so you're opening up to the right. Reaching that right knee up towards the sky, left heel pressing down towards your mat. Take another inhale. On your exhale, we'll gently step our foot up between our hands and lower our back knee down. We're coming into our low lunge. Take a moment just to make sure that front knee is stacked over your ankle. The hips and the hearts are pointing forward. And actually feel that right hip pull back, left hip comes forward. You can keep your hands resting on your thigh or let the hands come down to your mat. Take a couple breaths here. It might feel good to just gently rock your hips forward and back. And then if you had your hands on your thigh, let them come down to your mat. We'll straighten our front leg, flex our front foot, half split. You may want to slide that foot forward here. Let there be as much of a bend in that right knee as needed. We're folding forward, belly towards the thigh, nose towards your shin. We're still drawing our right hip back, left hip forward. Take one more cycle of breath. And then we'll come back into that low lunge. Curl the back toes. Lift your back knee and just walk your hands to the left edge of your mat. Pivot those feet. All 10 toes point towards the left. Wide-legged, forward fold. Take a couple breaths. Just let your upper body hang heavy. It might feel good to bend into one leg and then the other. And then bring your hands to your hips. Press into your feet and slowly stand. All the way up, nice and tall. We're going to pivot our right foot. So the right toes point to the top of your mat. Bend into that right knee. Reach those arms out nice and long. Warrior two. Arms are parallel to the floor. You're stacking your shoulders over your hips. Press down into the outer edge of your back foot. And think about pointing that front knee towards your second toe. So we're more about opening that right knee than letting it sink inward. Now pressing into those feet. On an inhale, straighten your front leg. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. You can keep those arms reaching long, or you can always bring them to your hips. We're following our breath. Exhale as you bend. Inhale, straighten. Feel those feet rooted into your mat. Good. Warrior two. One more time, bend. Inhale, straighten. Now pivot those feet again. This time, toes out, heels in. Let your hands come to your inner thighs. We're going to squat down into our goddess pose. Shrug the shoulders up to your ears. Drop your right shoulder down towards the center and feel that right hand press into your inner right thigh. Keep that right arm nice and straight. Should feel a nice stretch through that right shoulder, right side of the upper back. Inhale to center. Exhale, drop the left shoulder, look over the right. Feel that left hand pressing down and into your thigh. And then return back to center. Straighten out those legs. This time, pivot your left toes to point to the back of your mat. And then those right toes are parallel with the short edge. Start to bend into your left leg and reach those arms long. So we're in a warrior two, just on our left side. Root into those feet. Lengthen the tailbone down, reaching up through the crown of your head. Just like we did on our other side. Inhale, straighten your left leg. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Keep that going. Moving at your pace. You can always let those hands rest on your thighs. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Feel the outer left thigh engage, keeping that left knee pointing towards your second toe. One more time, warrior two. Inhale, straighten. Pivot those feet, toes out, heels in. Hands to your thighs, squat down, goddess pose. Shrug shoulders to the ears. Drop your right shoulder down, press into your right thigh. Looking or turning the head to look past your left shoulder. And then up through center. Exhale, drop the left. Good, return back to center. Straighten those legs. Point those toes to the long edge. And again, fold forward. Crown of the head, reaching towards your mat. And then from our down dog, we're just going to walk our hands to our right foot. We'll step back to our plank. Take an inhale breath. Exhale, lower all the way down. Point your toes, your choice. Inhale, cobra, or upward facing dog. And exhale your way to your down dog. Take 3 full breaths here. Softening the shoulders away from your ears. Gently pulling the heart towards your thighs. On an inhale breath, raise your left leg tall. Bend your knees, stack your hips. So now we're opening to the left. Reaching that knee tall, big stretch. On an exhale, we'll step up between our hands and back, knee lowers. Finding our low lunge on our left side here, making sure to stack the front knee over your ankle. You can keep those hands on your thigh or come down to the mat. And again, just like the other side here, just gently rocking forward and back. Just getting into those hips. Steady breath. And then if you had your hands resting on your thigh, let those hands come down to your mat. Straighten out your front leg. Flex that front foot, half split. You might want to slide that foot forward a little bit here. You're pressing into that front heel. And this time we're trying to pull the left hip back, right hip forward. Even though we're folding over our front leg, think about keeping length in your spine. So trying to reach the crown of your head towards your toes. Take one more cycle of breath. And then return back to your low lunge. Curl the back toes, lift the back knee. Walk those hands to the right, pivot those feet. Wide-legged forward fold, facing the right edge of your mat. Let that upper body just hang heavy. Sit bones towards the sky. ankles down. And then bring your hands to your hips. Press into those feet and slowly stand all the way up. Pivot your left foot to point to the top of your mat. Bend into that left leg, warrior two. Reach those arms out nice and long. Again, stacking the shoulders over the hips. Press down into the outer edge of your back foot. Now this time a little bit different. On an inhale, left arm reaches up and back, reverse warrior. Keep that bend in your left knee. And then from here, hinge forward, left arm on left thigh, top arm reaches overhead, extended side angle. Try and keep that heart open to the sky. Again, inhale, reach up and back, reverse. Exhale, extended side. Just keep that going. Keep that lower body grounded, rooted into your mat. But just feel the flow and the ease through the upper body. Keep the belly pulling inward. Feel the strength in your legs. Steady breath. Good. Next time you're in your reverse warrior, hold. That left arm is reaching towards the back of your mat. Now start to straighten your left leg. Find your triangle. Left arm reaches down to your thigh, your shin, your ankle. Right arm to the sky. Think about reaching the hips back. Crown of the head reaches towards the top of your mat. We're opening up and rolling that right shoulder back, opening up that right hip. Reach up through your right fingertips, big breath in. From here, lower right hand to your mat. We're going to pivot our left foot, all 10 toes, point to the long edge, wide-legged, forward fold. Take a couple breaths. Let gravity do the work. And then with your hands on your hips, press into your feet and slowly stand all the way up. All right, other side. Pivot your right toes to point towards the back of your mat. Bend into that right knee. Reach those arms long, warrior two. Now stay grounded in that lower body. Legs shouldn't move. Keep that bend in your right knee. On an inhale, right arm reaches up and back, reverse warrior. Feel that stretch through the right side body. On an exhale, hinge forward. Right arm on right thigh, top arm reaching overhead, big stretch. And now just flow. Inhale, reverse warrior, reaching back. Exhale, extended side angle, heart to the sky. Keep that going. Rooting into our feet, but try not to really grip into the toes. Legs are strong. Upper body just follows the breath, moving forward and back. Next time you're in your reverse warrior, hold. Start to straighten that right leg. Triangle, right hand reaches down your right thigh, your ankle, your shin, left arm to the sky. We're stacking the left shoulder over the right, stacking the left hip over the right hip. Open up, heart to the sky. It's not about how low you can reach that right hand, but it's about opening up the shoulders, the chest, that left hip. Take one more inhale breath. On your exhale, left hand comes down. Pivot that right foot, wide-legged, forward fold. Now this time, have your right hand pressing into your mat right underneath your nose. Bring your left hand to your left hip. Start to rotate or twist towards the left or towards the front of your mat. You can keep your left hand on your hip or maybe reach it up towards the sky. Keep that belly drawing inward to protect your spine. And then release. Left hand presses into your mat underneath your nose. Right hand to your right hip. And start to twist to your right or towards the back of your mat. Maybe that right arm reaches up to the sky. Keep length through the spine. Tailbone reaches behind you. Crown of the head reaches forward. And then we'll release. Just walk your hands over to your left foot. Step back into your plank. Now you can take a Vinyasa flow. Either drop belly to cobra or lower halfway chaturanga to your up dog. And we'll meet in our down dog. Here in your down dog, take 3 big breaths. On your third exhale, gently lower knees to your mat. Big toes together, knees wide as comfortable. Sit back, child's pose. Let your body feel heavy. Taking big belly breaths. Inhale, rise up to your hands and knees. We're just going to swing our legs around, come into a seat with both legs straight out in front of you. Feel the heels pressing into your mat, flexing the feet, toes towards your forehead. Inhale, reach your arms to the sky, lengthen. As you exhale, fold. Just reaching far as you can. Again, we're not here to force anything. Give your body time to ease into the pose. Use your breath. With every exhale, maybe you fold just a little deeper. Take 2 more big breaths here. And as you inhale, very slowly sit all the way up. Head is the last to lift. to the knees, feet on your mat. Pressing into your feet and hands, and if comfortable, have those fingertips pointing towards your heels. We'll lift our hips for our reverse tabletop. Just lifting those hips high is comfortable here. You can either keep the chin tucking in towards your chest, or if it feels okay for the neck, let it hang back. This is a great stretch for the arms, the biceps, the shoulders. Lifting up those hips high as you can, pressing away from your mat. Take one more inhale, and as you exhale, gently lower down. Take a moment just to windshield wiper the knees side to side. And let's go ahead and make our way onto our backs. Take your time here, taking any little movement as you make your way down. Maybe it's rolling along the spine or just rocking side to side. And then we'll eventually meet in stillness with our knees bent, soles of the feet down on your mat. We'll come into our figure 4, placing your right ankle over your left thigh. You can stay here. Maybe use that right hand to gently press the right leg away from the body. Or go a little deeper, left foot comes off the mat, and you gently pull the knees closer to your chest. But still imagine that you're trying to push that right thigh away from your body. Try and keep the head and the shoulders relaxed. Just a little bit of effort for the arms. Now if you lifted your left foot, bring it back down to your mat. We're just going to straighten our right leg up towards the sky. You can just hold on to the back of your thigh or maybe around the back of your calf. It might feel good to circle out that right ankle one direction and then the other. And now let your left leg straighten out onto your mat and just hug your right knee in towards your chest. Now you are welcome to stay right here, or maybe take a twist over to the left. Leg goes across your body, right arm reaches out towards the right. Try and keep the back of your right shoulder down on your mat. And although we aren't flowing from pose to pose, we still want to keep that steady flow of breath. Deep breath in, long exhales out. You took that twist, slowly come back to center. Let's find our figure 4 on the other side. Left ankle over your right thigh. Option to stay right here, or that right foot comes off your mat, bringing the knees closer to the chest. You want to feel that left ankle pressing into that right thigh, but that right thigh is pressing back into your ankle. So we're keeping our lower body, our legs active here, but softening and keeping the upper body relaxed. And then if you lifted your right foot, just bring it back down to your mat and let your left leg straighten to the sky. Just holding on wherever comfortable. Continue to keep the head and shoulders relaxed on your mat. Take a moment to circle out your left ankle one direction and then the other. And now let your right leg straighten out onto the mat and have your left knee come in towards your chest. You can stay right here or take your twist over to the right leg across your body and the left arm reaches to the left. Try and keep the heart pointing to the sky. It's trying to stack your left hip over the right. And if you took that twist, slowly come back to center, hugging both knees in towards your chest, holding on to your knees or your shins. Let those knees open out wide. You can just stay right here or take a full happy baby, reaching through the legs for either the outer edges of your feet, or you can even just grab a hold of your big toes. Soles of the feet point to the sky, stacking ankles over knees. Pulling the knees down and in towards your armpits. And lengthening your tailbone towards the top of your mat. It might feel good to rock a little side to side. And now go ahead and release your feet down to your mat. You can either have your feet out wider than the hips and just let the knees come together to touch. Or you can take a bound angle, soles of the feet together, knees out wide. And go ahead and just place both palms right over your belly. Take this moment to just observe. Notice any sensations within your body. Notice if you feel any different now compared to first stepping on your mat today. Start to allow your inhales to become a little deeper and your exhales a little longer. Just signaling our body that it's time to relax, time to slow down. If there's any other final movements you feel your body as we come towards the end of our practice, it's easy when we have a home practice to skip our Shavasana. But since you're already here, just give yourself permission to stay on your mat. Give yourself permission to just do nothing. Let everything release down to your mat. Let your body take up space. Just soften every muscle, head to toe. This is your time. Just give yourself this gift of peace and stillness within your body. Let everything around you melt away as we come into our final pose, Shavasana. More than welcome to stay here as long as you need. But for those that are ready, just start to deepen your breath. Start to bring awareness back to your body and your surroundings. Gently wiggle your fingers and toes. Circle out your wrists and ankles. And then reaching arms overhead, taking a big breath in, a full body stretch. And then rolling onto one side. Slowly pushing yourself up, coming into a comfortable seat. With your eyes closed, palms together at your heart. Sitting up nice and tall, take a big cleansing breath in through the nose. And One more time, big breath in, and exhale it all out. Gently lower your chin to your chest, taking this moment to just acknowledge your practice today. Just being grateful for your body's health, which allows you to step onto your mat, a place where you can slow down and just take care of you. When you feel ready, you can blink your eyes open. Thank you all